Most people who get told you need a new transmission never actually needed one. What they needed was 40 minutes and a flashlight. That's the part of this repair nobody sells you because there's no markup in telling someone to look under the car first. Owners tend to get this wrong in one of two directions. Either they ignore a rough shift for months because it's just how Mercedes transmissions are, or they panic at the first hesitation and authorize a full transmission replacement before anyone has actually confirmed the transmission is the problem. Both mistakes cost money. One costs it slowly, the other costs it all at once. What follows is the order of operations technicians who specialize in these transmissions actually use. Cheapest and most common causes first, working toward the real internal failure only after everything else has been ruled out. Start with how the system talks to itself. A modern Mercedes automatic doesn't just react to the gas pedal, it's constantly being fed information from speed sensors, the engine computer, and its own internal logic about how fast each shaft is spinning and how much load the engine is producing. It's a little like an old paper road map versus a live GPS. A paper map shows you where the roads are, but it has no idea about traffic, an accident up ahead, or a lane closure. The transmission control unit is the GPS. It's constantly updating gear selection based on real-time inputs, not just a fixed shift pattern. If any one of those inputs is wrong or missing, the transmission behaves like a GPS working from bad traffic data. It'll pick the wrong gear, hold too long, or hunt around trying to find one that feels right. And here's the part that trips people up. From inside the cabin, a bad input feels exactly like a bad transmission. That's the whole reason misdiagnosis is so common. Layer 1 is the cheapest, and it's also the most overlooked. A worn spark plug or a failing ignition coil can cause a subtle engine misfire that never trips the check engine light early on. And that misfire gets transmitted through the drivetrain as a shudder or a stumble under light throttle, usually in the 40 to 55 mile an hour range. Technicians who work on these regularly will tell you it feels identical to a torque converter clutch shudder from the driver's seat. Sometimes it's the transmission. Sometimes it's a $100 spark plug. The fix when it is this is genuinely inexpensive. Plugs alone can be in the $150 to $400 range depending on the engine. Plugs and coils together often run higher, and it's often the very first thing worth ruling out before anyone touches the transmission pan. Layer 2 moves outside the transmission entirely, into the mounts that hold the engine and transmission in place. Mercedes engine and transmission mounts are known to wear out somewhere in the 80,000 to 120,000 mile range. And when the rubber inside them hardens and cracks, the transmission is free to rock slightly under load. That extra movement doesn't change how the transmission shifts internally, but it makes every shift feel harsher and more abrupt than it should, and it can produce a thump or clunk when you drop the car into gear. This is a well-documented, widely reported failure pattern across the model range, rather than a single bulletin tied to one car. But it's consistent enough that most independent Mercedes specialists check mounts before condemning a transmission. The free check. Have someone watch underneath the car while you hold the brake and apply light throttle and drive in reverse? Excessive rocking or visible cracked, separated rubber on the mount is your answer, and it costs you nothing but 10 minutes. If your symptom shows up specifically as a delayed or harsh engagement right after a fluid service, or you're not sure your fluid has ever been changed, that's really its own conversation. We cover that in detail in We Tested Mercedes S-Class, W220, W221, and W2222, generation after 200,000 miles. One clear winner, which is worth watching before you spend money here. Before we get into the actual internal failure, it's worth knowing that the diagnostic order you're watching right now, misfire, then mounts, then internal transmission, isn't something improvised for this video. It's the same checklist process used every time a shift complaint comes into a shop that specializes in these transmissions, and you should use it to walk through your own car step by step before you call anyone. Now, the real cause when it actually is the transmission. A Mercedes technician doing this job every week has seen the pattern more times than they can count. A car with 90,000 to 150,000 miles starts holding a gear a beat too long, then snaps into the next one hard enough to jolt the whole car, and by the time the owner brings it in, the transmission has already gone into limp mode once or twice on the highway. On the widely used 722.9 7-speed automatic, the transmission behind the badge 7G-tronic, the part actually responsible in the overwhelming majority of these cases isn't the transmission's mechanical gear set at all. It's the conductor plate, a component mounted to the top of the valve body that houses the transmission's internal speed sensors, and on most versions, the transmission control module itself. When those sensors start degrading, the computer no longer has a reliable picture of shaft speed, and the transmission starts making bad decisions. The exact same bad GPS data problem from earlier, except now it's coming from inside the unit instead of from a misfiring cylinder. There's a wrinkle here that catches a lot of owners off guard. There are 3 different generations of this conductor plate, generally referred to as VGS1, VGS2, and VGS3, and they are not interchangeable. The earliest version typically requires replacing the valve body and conductor plate together, while the later versions allow the conductor plate to be replaced on its own. That difference alone can swing the repair cost by over $1,000, which is part of why 2 owners with what sounds like the identical complaint can walk away with wildly different bills. This is where the minor fix and the major fix stop being the same conversation. Replacing just the conductor plate when the valve body itself is fine typically runs somewhere in the $600 to $1,600 range for parts and labor combined, sometimes higher at a dealer, and that number climbs when the valve body has to come with it. A full transmission replacement or rebuild is a different order of magnitude entirely. Realistically, $3,000 to $6,000 or more on these cars, depending on whether it's a remanufactured unit or a full rebuild with a new valve body and control module. Those are not 2 versions of the same repair. One is an electronics and sensor fix. The other is replacing the entire mechanical and hydraulic assembly. A shop confirms which one you actually need by pulling live data with Mercedes-specific diagnostic equipment and comparing commanded gear against actual gear, along with checking for stored speed sensor-specific fault codes, not by guessing based on how the shifts feel. And that's really the whole point of walking through this in order. Skipping straight to, it's the transmission, replace it, is exactly how owners end up paying for a $4,000 repair when a $300 one would have solved it, or how they end up replacing spark plugs and mounts for a year while the actual conductor plate quietly gets worse. The order you check things in matters more than any single part on this list. Cheapest and most common first. Internal and expensive last, every time. So here's the reframe. The 40 minutes and the flashlight aren't a shortcut around paying a mechanic. They're what keeps you from paying for the wrong repair. Sometimes it really is the transmission. Sometimes it's a spark plug that costs less than dinner. You don't know which one you have until you've actually gone through the list. If this video helped you keep a little more money in your pocket and you'd like to support the channel, hit the subscribe button below. See you in the next one.